Hi guys, today we're going to react to Stronghold by Crypta. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Dan W60. Thanks Dan for taking us back to Crypta. It's been a long while since we've reacted to them. And thank you, of course, for all your ongoing support. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Dan, for all the support that you're throwing our way. Absolutely amazing and been going on for a while. And we appreciate you. Thanks a lot, Dan.
Thank you very much, Bloodstock. This is truly a dream come true for me. Thank you so much for showing up early and catching your set. Truly means a lot. Thank you! We're touring in order to promote our latest album called Shades of Sorrow. And in case of... look at you. You might recognize this next one.
So far, whenever we reacted to Crypta, we reacted to music videos. So we only got to see their personas, the personas that they embody to become Crypta. We started this, it's a live show, and Fernanda Lira is the first time we've ever heard her speak. She seems like such a lovable person, so approachable, so welcoming. And then she started to sing. It was like almost a violent switch. Hey, you're gonna love this one. Roar! It was like... The energy spike was very noticeable. I love that we get to react to a live show from Crypta because it just hits you that all you've seen so far from Crypta was those distilled personas. But now we get to see Fernanda speak. So far, the song is very guttural, it's very heavy, but I'm digging it, I like it.
Yeah, it was awesome to see her presenting the song. It sort of let her real personality come through a little bit. We kind of got a glimpse of it in some of the music videos, and we thought she might be a certain way, but then you see her live and you go, oh yeah, there it is. And I love seeing her also like perform, because she's always performing. She, you know, the faces and the stares and the moves, and she puts it all on stage as well. It looks amazing. She sounds great. The sound here is obviously not as good as some of the music videos because it's like a live open space, but she still sounds fantastic. I think she's one of the best harsh vocalists out there. I just love their style. I don't think they deviate from it a lot. They stick within what they do, and that's how they want to be seen. And I like that. And I like the lyrics, and I like everything about this. It's another very cool track. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I am too. It's not the same for all bands, but it's clear here that their music follows their style, follows their personas. That's why I think it's not surprising that their style always stays the same, because you can feel that that's who they are. That's what they want to say in their music.
And another thing to note is the fact that this is at Bloodstock, which is a festival. So this is not just Crypta's audience. It's not their live show. There's probably a lot of bands, which is kind of interesting because you get the feeling that not everybody in the audience is necessarily there to see Crypta, but it looks like they're having a good time. So I think it's just another piece of proof as to how good they are.
I love how their guitarist, I don't know her name, but she has this stoic appeal to her. She's not just hyper focused, she also radiates this toughness. Like playing on that stage is a mission to her. I love it.
The funny thing, you mentioned the guitarist, I think her name's Taina or something like that. Taina. And as far as I knew, there were only 3 members in Crypta. Here they have a 4th. I'm not sure if she's part of the band. The second guitarist, I don't know if she's part of the band or just a guest. And of course, Fernanda is on bass. And Luana, the drummer, she and Fernanda came from a band together. They were in Nervosa. But what you're saying about the guitar play and the whole sort of stoic demeanor, yeah, I noticed that. It looks really cool. Fernanda is really putting on a show, and the rest of them just always fantastic. There's a certain intensity to the way they play, and I like that they kind of brought it down to sort of a calmer part of the song where it kind of lets you rest for a bit, and then obviously they're going to get back into it. It's just, like I said, it's almost like we know what to expect from them, but I still love it every time. It hits the spot.
Regarding the subject matter, generally what I got from it so far, I think the song describes the downsides of recluseness that stems from social anxiety, because there are people who are shut-ins because they can't handle the world, because being around other people makes them anxious, and being a person who prefers to be alone, more often than not, it has downsides. And I think the song deals with that because there's a difference between being alone and being lonely, and I think it's rooted in mental issues that are being fleshed out in the song if you follow the lyrics.
Yeah, it's definitely about anxiety and or depression that kind of leads you to close yourself off from the rest of the world, which I was really enjoying kind of playing with that in my head as far as the word stronghold, that it's almost got a double meaning here, because the stronghold is that sort of fortress that you build around yourself to shield yourself from the outside world, but it's also got a stronghold on you, that anxiety and that fear. There was a line there that said, "My fear of suffering got me suffering from all I fear." I thought that was fantastic. Just a great line. It's basically saying how you fear something that you haven't suffered from yet. So you're afraid of something that hasn't happened. You just fear it happening, and you're already causing yourself all that anxiety, all that suffering of if you would have had gone through it. But you haven't. That's the situation. It's outside reality in a lot of ways. It's just not a way to live. And I think that's kind of what the song is saying. That this way that the narrator is just no way to live. I think that's kind of what it's trying to tell the audience, the listener.
Yeah, and having it sung in the first person gives a positive spin to it in my mind, because the narrator is aware that their actions are not healthy. It's like they're collapsing into a state of recluseness because they have no choice, because they suffer on a mental level. So it can either be interpreted as a cry for help, but at the very least, they are aware that they have a problem.
The interesting thing is as well that they describe it both like as a stronghold in the chorus, but the pre-chorus basically describes a paralysis. It says, paralyzed, afraid of what might never happen. Paralyzed, feeling the pain of what never hurt me. Paralyzed, afraid of losing what I don't have. My fear of suffering got me suffering from all I fear. I think it's just beautifully written. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I do too.
I just think it's really high-level songwriting.
Yeah, they pepper it with self-criticism as they describe what they're afraid of.
Yeah, because it's almost saying like, listen to me because I know what I'm talking about, because I am suffering from it myself. Yeah. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. When we react to songs that start off heavy, I often feel that they are mood setters. But in here, the mood gets cemented at the third part of the song. When they went into that bridge, that's when I think the mood got cemented. You felt whatever it is that a person who suffers from this mental disorder or some form of social anxiety that describes what their fears are in the song, they were able to convey it. I can easily see this as a soundtrack of a film that deals with this form of mental issue. It's very slithering and emotional.
Funnily enough, when I was thinking soundtracks or where I could see this, the only film that popped to mind is the original, The Crow. I was like, I can see it in there. You know, it's got that just darkness to it. But killer lines, shielded from failure, judgment, defeat, hurting from scenarios that don't exist. Just a beautiful way of putting it. Afraid of what might never happen, feeling the pain that never hurt me, afraid of losing what I don't have. And towards the end, in that final chorus, she says, the walls that keep me safe imprison me. Memories confine me in my misery until reality is a safe place to live, bonded with fear, my only company. That line that says until reality is a safe place to live, it just kind of almost brings it down if there was any hope here. Because obviously reality is not going to change. The person has to change. So it's like if you're expecting this reality around you to change and take away your anxiety, that's not going to happen. So it's an interesting way to kind of finish it. I thought that having that at the end kind of gave it a more dire meaning. But yeah, I love their darkness. There's something so cool about them. They're just an awesome band.
Yeah, they know how to express darkness in a way that connects to what I can appreciate from this type of music. Another thing, something I really like about Fernanda's visual performance, her expressions are so emotive. You can see that it's askew from normal. She's accentuating her expressions. She's deliberately making them extreme, but it works perfectly with the frequency that comes out of the song. In any other circumstances, you would feel some sort of maybe a comedic vibe that comes from such expressions. I don't get that here. I get that guttural, that heavy notion that comes from the song, and she contributes to it with her expressions. Takes me back to the first few times we reacted to Crypta, where those expressions were part of the show. That's how much it has become a staple of her performance.
Yeah, I think it serves two purposes for her. I think it's also partly to make it very, very obvious in her performance so that everybody can see it and feel it. But also I think it puts her in a zone. I think it helps her deliver the rough vocals the way they need to be delivered and the way the song needs to look and sound. She kind of gets all of that out through that. I think it's just her way of performing, and it's just awesome to see because it does look natural. It doesn't look like she's doing it just for show and hey, look at me and whatever. It all looks very, very genuine, and the sound is fantastic. As far as those really kind of heavier bands, Crypta is definitely one of my faves.
Yeah, mine too.
Thank you, Dan W60, for another awesome Crypta request. We love this band. Keep them coming. And thank you again for the ongoing support. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Dan, for requesting this song. It was very fun reacting to Crypta again. More like this will be much appreciated. And thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, our Crypta Reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click, check them out. They're heavy, but they're awesome. So some of you might enjoy that. A lot of you I know kind of stay away from this kind of heavy, but we love it. Thank you guys for everything, for all the support you're throwing our way. We appreciate you so much. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. We hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.